Put your hands together for Clara Bell.
That's too much. Thank you. All right, let's do this. I'm not sure why, but tourists come up to me all the time. I had these tourists come up to me recently. They were totally panicked. They were like, "Oh, we're from Alabama. We've been stuck in San Francisco for 3 days because the airlines. We're from Alabama. We've been stuck here for 3 days because." And I was like, "Wow, you guys got lucky because you could have been stuck in Alabama for 3 days, and that would have been bad, you know." Actually, I have no rights to talk shit about people from Alabama because I'm French. Thank you. Wow, I love your reaction of nothing. That was amazing. Makes me feel right at home. What, Mom, Dad, huh? What's happening? Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. I like your reaction of nothing. Because sometimes when I tell people that I'm French, they go, "Oh, so you're from Canada?" I'm like, "No, you douche. If I was from Canada, I would just say I'm Canadian." And then they go, "Yeah, you must be French because you're rude." You see how you can't win when you're French. I'm not sure what that's about. For some reason, like if American people go to France and they have a bad experience, it's my fault. Like people come up to me and they go, "Hey, Clara, I was in Paris once and somebody was rude to me." It's like, oh my God, who was it? They're like, "It was a guy." I'm like, "Oh, say no more." Jean-Pierre. I know this French guy, we had a lot of complaints about him. We hate him as a nation. You can tell that French people feel bad also about what happened in recent years because whenever they come to America now, they feel like they have to pretend to be from somewhere else. They're like, no, we are not from France. We are from Connecticut. Please do not talk to us. Go cowboy. What? A few years ago, I was in New York City. I was walking around New York City, and I overheard this woman, and she said, she was like, "Oh, you know what? I want to go to Europe this summer, but I'm not going to France. I am not going to France." And I was like, "Oh my God, thank God I overheard you. Let me call France right now. Let them know you're not coming this summer. They're going to be so disappointed." Like, la France? Ouais, c'est Clara. Ouais. No, I'm calling to let you know that Patsy from Saddle Brooks, New Jersey, is not coming over this summer. Like, oh no, our summer is ruined. That's how French people talk to each other, you know, in a shitty English. I've been living in America for a while now, and I know why American people hate French people, and that's because we have health insurance. So don't hate. You guys are still number one. We're just a little healthier. It's fine. I go to the doctors all the time, you guys, even when I'm not sick, you know. Sometimes I just want to talk to someone. My friends are at work. I'm like, fuck it. I'll just grab a cup of coffee, go to the doctor, shoot the shit. One day, America, one day you'll get there. You know. I was really worried when Obamacare came around because I was like, oh my God, I'm going to lose one good joke, you know? But thanks to Trump, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So the joke is safe. Oh my God. That's good. I go to France often, you guys. I went to France recently to visit my grandmother. She lives in a nursing home because she's losing her memory. I went to see her and I was like, "Hey, Grandma, I just want you to know I'm happy with my life. Don't worry about me." And she was like, "I don't know who you are." I was like, "Yeah, I know. You're losing your memory. Remember?" Anyways, I just came to let you know that I'm happy with my life. Don't worry about me. And again, she was like, "I don't know who you are." And then I looked a little closer. I was like, "Oh my God, you're not my grandmother." I took my cookies back. Fuck her. You know? You're an imposter. I was raised Jewish, you guys, which is really weird because no one else in my family is Jewish. I guess my parents just wanted me to be successful. They're like, "Well, we can't afford private school, but here, read that book," you know. And It worked out pretty well for me, like I'm here. Thank you. There is one thing French people do very well. We criticize extremely well. I'm actually convinced that when Germany invaded France, I'm convinced that French people just stood on the side like, oh yeah, Germany, this is how you are going to invade our country? Boo! Boo, Germany, boo! Do over! And they did. I was in the restroom earlier, this lady came up to me and she was like, Clara, how come whenever I speak French to a French person, they pretend like they don't understand what I'm saying? And I was like, what? The good thing about being a foreigner in this country is that if a beggar walks up to you, you can just go, oh, I am sorry, beggar, but I do not understand that you want money from me. And then the beggar goes away, you know? But sometimes I forget that my English is a little too good, so a beggar walks up to me and I just go, oh, I'm sorry, darling, but I have no idea what you're talking about. And the beggar's like, no, you do. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm from France. Can't you tell? You know? So my family sent me to school in South Carolina, you guys, so that I could learn English. Thank you. If you know anything about South Carolina, it is not the place you send your kids so that they could learn English. Like I was obviously not the favorite child because like my siblings went to England. Like their English is impeccable. Mine is like, ugh. As soon as I moved out of South Carolina, I had to hire a speech therapist, you guys. $100 an hour for a speech therapist. $100 an hour. I can't even talk to my girlfriends anymore because whenever they call me now, they're like, "Hey, Claire, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't talk to you. You're gonna fuck it all up." I haven't heard from them in a while. They were cool. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with South Carolina or not, but South Carolina is like the Club Med of racism. It's like the beaches are beautiful, the sun is always shining, and the racism, wow, like so pure. How did you do that, South Carolina? Way to hold on, you know? Oh, God. Everybody's a racist over there. One person. A lot of people. Like people would come up to me and say, "Hey, I don't like you." I'm like, "What? Huh? What did I do? I don't like you." Oh, okay. I remember one time like this bouncer was like, "Hey, you over there, you can't get in." And I was like, "Dude, I'm not trying to get in. I'm just walking by, you know." And he's like, "Well, you can't get in anyways because you're French, you know." I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I used reverse psychology. I was like, "You know what, bouncer? You can't get out." He's like, but I want to get out." I was like, "You can't, bitch. This is where you're gonna die, like behind your rope." And he tried to hit me, but the rope was here, you know, and he couldn't. Anyways, I guess you guys had to be there. That's what I'm trying to say. I had a fake ID when I was in college, you guys. I was 50 on my fake ID. I was like, you know what? I am not taking any chances, okay? I'm getting in this club, you know. And one time there was this one bouncer who was smarter than the others because he was like, wait a minute, you're not 50, you know, and I panicked and I was like, oh my God, what does a 50-year-old sound like, you know? And then I just went like, oh, yes, I am. And he let me in. For a while, so that was cool. So I had a lot of friends in South Carolina. They were pretty cool. They were giving me a lot of relationship advice. They were like, Claire, do what I do. Don't sleep with a man unless he takes you on 3 dates. We'll spend $300 on you. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a try, you know. So I'm at the second date with this guy. He's like, hey, you want to split dessert? I'm like, no, man, that's going to fuck up my calculations. I'd rather we each have our own, you know. And then I realized that he's writing stuff down, whipping out a calculator. He's like, hey, $24 to go, and I'm going to fuck you. What? When I first moved to America, I did not know that American men don't want to be in relationships. I didn't know that. Because my boyfriend at the time, like one day he flipped on me. He said to me, he said, Claire, This looks too much like a relationship. All your shit is here. All your makeup, all your hair products. This looks too much like a relationship. I cannot take it anymore. And then I said, well then, go to your house. I was reading an article in a magazine that said that in America, people have sex to better communicate, to work out, and to release tension, you know? And then I kept thinking of all these losers in France who are doing it just to come. So much to learn from you guys. So much. America number one. Number one. It's all about being positive, you know, like especially when you're dating, you have to be positive. Like I remember I went out with this guy and after the first date, I never heard from him again, like never heard. And I was just like, oh my God, it's because I talked too much. I didn't listen enough. I wasn't interesting enough. And then I'm like, Clara, stop being so negative. Be positive. Maybe he got hit by a bus. Yeah, that works, you know. His death, my happiness, yeah, I'm happy. Works for me, you know. So I was married at 25 and divorced at 25. Check done. That is taken care of. People ask me all the time, say, Clara, why did you get a divorce? Why did I get a divorce? Why did I get... Oh, my God, ever since I was a little girl, I just always dreamt of getting a divorce. And it's just to show you put yourself out there like anything's possible. And the divorce has been great so far. Highly recommend it. Oh, God. I wanted to experience a real American divorce, so I married a lawyer. Oh, my God, it was amazing. It was great. It was just beautiful. We fought about everything. It was wonderful. I loved it. I loved it. I think I went out with my ex-husband because he was tall. You know how like a lot of people think that tall men are handsome? I don't particularly think that tall men are handsome. I just think that some of them are just too tall for us to really tell. Like you're walking down the street, you see a tall guy walking towards you, you can't see shit because the sun is in your face. You're like, yeah, he must be handsome. Let me sleep with him. And then you wake up the next morning, eye to eye, going like, oh my God, where is the sun? Burn, here. And my ex-husband was angry. He was just an angry person all the time. Like I remember one time he came home and he was like, Clara, I've never been sexually harassed. I was like, well, you know, you're 6'4", 230 pounds. He's like, my mother has never been sexually harassed. I was like, well, you know, she's 6'4", 230 pounds. He was angry, so then I became angry all the time. Telemarketers would call the house, and I would just fuck with them. They'd call it, hey, Miss Brown, would you like a subscription of the New York Times? I'm like, oh, yeah, I would really like it, except my husband, he doesn't like me reading, so... And with my $10 weekly allowance, I just really can't afford it. But it's nice talking to you, though, because I don't get to talk to a lot of people. So what are you wearing? And then they never call again, which is what you want. I don't know if there are some people here who are thinking about getting married, but here is an example of married people conversations. Like, we needed to buy plates. So we went to Macy's to buy plates. And I get there and I'm like, oh my God, I like the white ones. And he said, I like the red ones. And then we both said, let's buy the green ones. Because why should any of us be happier than the other? And it's like that with everything. It's like, I want this chair, I want a sofa, let's buy a stool. Anyways, get married, it's good for the economy. I'm a French comedian, you guys. I don't really go for the laugh. So. I go for complete silence. I'm killing by my standards. Thank you. Actually, you guys, my God, I just became American, you guys. Oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, you can, yeah, you can clap, because I did it for you. 'Cause after the elections, I was talking to some of my friends, and they were like, whoa, America is in bad shape. You know, what can we do to help? And I thought about it for a second, and then I went like, you know what, you guys, I'll do it, you know. And my friends are like, no, Clara, don't. It's crazy. And I was like, save yourselves. So, you're welcome. My God, I love being American. I love it. I love it. Every day I wake up and I'm like, yes, I'm a winner. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. Oh, it's great. It's great. The first thing I did when I became American, I ran home and I turned the air conditioner like way up high, you know. And my friends were like, Claire, what are you doing? It's 0 degrees outside. I was like, I don't give a shit. I'm an American. I'm not cold anymore. Come on, AC. Come on, bring it on. Oh, it's great. I love it. I love it. I watch the news now. They show like third world countries, you know, like Spain and Germany. And like, oh my God, I'm so much better than them. Mwah, mwah. Oh, it's amazing. I love it. I have to say, now that I've been an American for a few months, I'm realizing that there are a lot of foreigners in this country. No, we're going to have to do something about that. Too many. You know, because like when you're a foreigner, you come to America, you're like, oh my God, it's amazing. There's food from every country. So cool, you know. When you're an American, you're like, whoa, it's really spicy. I can't eat that shit. It hurts right here. I can't, you know. And I'm also now lactose intolerant. I'm not sure what happened, but as soon as I became American, boom, no more dairy for me. You know, done. And only decaf. I can only drink decaf, you guys, because no. I really need to get my 10 hours of sleep because it's exhausting being the best. I'll tell you right now what the best thing about being an American is. I'll tell you right now. I just came back from Costa Rica, you guys, and I have to admit that for a French person, my Spanish is pretty shitty, you know. But as an American, you guys, oh my God. It is muy fantastico. People over there were like, wait a minute, you are an American? I'm like, si, yo soy. And they're like, mind blown. Delicious. I was watching a movie the other day. It was a movie about this guy whose wife gets murdered, and it's a comedy. And then he has to seek revenge, and all this funny shit happens to him, you know. And I was thinking, I was like, of course, it has to be the wife who gets killed, because if it was the husband who got killed, it'd be a very short film. It'd be like, ma'am, someone killed your husband. Oh yeah? Are you gonna seek revenge? No. But don't you want to know what happened? Oh, he probably said something. That's my guess. He always did kind of talk too much. No, it's fine. I don't need a husband. I mean, if I really need one, I guess I can go to Home Depot. Like, I've seen them there. Walking around the aisles, looking at light bulbs. Oh, do I want this light bulb for $5.99? That's gonna last 30 years. Or this one for $4.99? That's gonna last 25 years. I don't know. It's not easy being a husband. Siri. Help. I'm going to say something very controversial, but that's just how I roll. I think that women are smarter than men. Yeah. There you go, yeah. Ladies, when we give you a compliment, fucking take it. No, I think women are smarter than men. If you don't agree with me, I'm just going to ask you one question. How many women do you know have died in a duel? That would be 0. You don't have to Google it. 0. There's never been that conversation between two women like, hey, you and I are going to fight, and 50% of us is going to die. And the other one's like, 50%? What? No, I'm not doing that shit. Whereas a guy walks up to another guy and says, hey, man, you and I are going to fight, and half of us is going to die. The other one's like, that means one of us is going to live. I'm fucking in, man. Let's do this. Oh shit, it hurts. It hurts. I'm dead now. Mom? I think that women are stronger than men. Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, come on. We've all seen. Yeah. We've all seen a guy with a cold. Yeah. I saw one the other day. I was like, dude, you're not gonna make it. Don't even bother going to the doctors. You're done. Just go home and write up your will. You know. Just forget you. I have a boyfriend now, you guys. I have a boyfriend. Thank you. I'm just going to tell you what I have. When we first met, you guys, he was so cute because he came to me and he said to me, he said, Clara, you're from France? And I said, yes. And he said, ¿Cómo está? I didn't want to embarrass him, so I said, muy bien. And we spoke to each other in Spanish for a month. He called me Maria, I called him Juan. Te quiero, that means I love you in French, of course. First time we had sex at his house, that was kind of interesting because we're laying on his bed and he's holding me in his arms and he said to me, he said, Clara, do you feel safe? And I said, well, shit, up until you said something. I was fine, but now I kind of want to go home. Let go of my neck. Sometimes I think he's kind of an idiot because every time he asks a question, he'll go, hey, can I ask you a question? It might be a dumb question. And other people want to be polite, so they go, there are no dumb questions. I'm like, no, give him a minute. He'll surprise you. Very talented young fella right there. Well, so good. Sometimes I like to fuck with him. The other day he was watching TV and I went into my bedroom, I opened my drawer and I grabbed one of my underwear and then I walked back downstairs and I just like faced him and I looked at him and I went, who the fuck are these? Just to see the expression on his face. And then he's just like, oh yeah, he doesn't know what to do. He just starts vacuuming the house and emptying the dishwasher. And, oh God. If you guys are looking to revive your relationship, the underwear trick is priceless. You can have it. You're welcome. He's actually learning French right now because I haven't told him I speak English. So if you guys see us together, just go along with it. No, he got himself a computer program called Rosetta Stone. I don't know if you guys have heard about that thing. But the computer gives him a sentence and he has to repeat it. So the computer goes, je veux un sandwich. And then my boyfriend repeats, un sandwich. And the computer says wrong. And then all I hear for a half hour is, a sandwich, wrong. A sandwich, wrong. A sandwich, wrong. And I'm in the other room going like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? What the fuck? Dude, you're never gonna get a sandwich, okay? Maybe you can eat before you go to France because you're gonna be hungry, okay? Hey, I'm not helping you. Actually, I'll be honest with you, it's my husband. I like to refer to my husband as my boyfriend because, let's face it, there's nothing funny about a husband. I don't know if there are husbands here tonight, but you guys suck. Boyfriends are fun. Like, boyfriends are fun. They're like, boyfriends are like, hey, let's get drunk and have sex in the car. You know, that's not even your car. That's fun, you know. Husbands are like, no, we need to go to bed early because tomorrow we got to get up. Wait, are we going somewhere? Nah, we just gotta get up. All right. I know what you guys are thinking. You're like, bullshit, you're not married because you're not wearing a wedding band. I do have a wedding band, you guys. I just don't wear it when I go out. I'm stupid. So I have a husband. He's fine. I don't have much to say about the guy. I don't know. He's got hair, you know. It's fine. He's been planning like this romantic weekend getaway for like the longest time, you know. And like every time I come home, like he's on the computer, he's looking at places to go, at deals and stuff, and he just looks so happy, you know. The look on his face when I told him I was going with him, was priceless. You know, it was great. I don't mean to brag, but we just bought ourselves a king-size bed, you guys. Oh, it is great. I haven't seen him in 3 weeks. So good. I don't want him to come to my comedy shows because I'm always worried that if I have a bad set, he's gonna leave me, you know? Which is totally what I would do if I went to his job and he sucked at it. I'd be like, dude, this is your PowerPoint presentation? Man, I'm out of here. Like, this is grounds for divorce, you know? I'm out. No, he's fine. He's a gentleman. I'll say this about him: he is a gentleman. Like, he didn't kiss me until our third date, you guys, because he's a gentleman. Well, he did, however, fuck me on our first date because he has needs, you know, in this area. No, seriously, he is a gentleman. And I'll give you an example. We were at a bar the other day, and this guy called me a bitch, you know, as they do in bars. And I turned to my husband. I was like, "Hey, husband, this guy right here, right behind me, right here, just called me a bitch." And my husband immediately tweeted about it. I feel so safe in his arms, you know, because he's got followers. So. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be here with you guys. Well, I'm happy to be out of my house, you know, to tell you the truth. No, because in my house I have these things. They're like kids. I don't know if you guys have them, but we can all agree, like, you know. Thank you. Some others. I actually made a conscious decision to have children. I remember specifically, I was stuck in traffic, and people in the carpool lane were just zipping through. And I was like, oh my God, what do I have to do to be in that line, you know? And here you need to be 3. I was like, fuck it, I'll make 2, you know, because I got places to be. And that's how I got here tonight, you know, thanks to my kids. They're in the car right now. It's fine. Yeah, no, it's fine. They're sleeping. No, I'm kidding. They're watching the iPad. I'm not a monster. It's fine. No, okay, all right. I'll tell you the real reason why I have children. It's actually very simple. I've always wanted to have pets, you know, but I wanted to make sure that I would be a good mother to my pets. So I had the kids first to practice, and now you guys, oh my God, I have these 2 beautiful cats, and we're so proud of them. They're homeschooled. One does ballet, the other one plays soccer. I'm actually the soccer coach. I don't know shit about soccer, but it's a cat, so it's fine. I almost didn't make the show tonight because my cat sitter canceled at the last minute, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, my cats can't go to sleep without someone reading them a bedtime story, you know, which is what I do all day long. I read them 16, 17 stories a day because they go to bed all the time. You know, my cats are... No, actually, all right, I'll tell you the real reason why I have children. It's actually very simple. It's because I'm sexually active. Yeah, I fuck and deliver, like literally, you know? I don't know what you guys do with your fucking, but I make people. I'm not trying to sound better than you guys, but a little bit. Okay, all right, I'll tell you the real reason why I have them. The real reason why I have them. It's because I love drinking, so there. You know? Yeah. Don't judge me, guys. Don't judge me, okay? I see you guys are drinking right now. Yeah. Keep that shit up, and I'll see you at the playground in a year or 2. See who's laughing then, you know? I lot of people don't want to have children. I understand people who don't want to have children because I have children. I mean, there was a point in my life when I didn't know for sure if I wanted to have kids. I was like, oh, do I? Should I? Oh, I don't know, you know. And then I had the kids. Now I know. Never doing that shit again. It's stressful having kids. Oh my God, you guys, it's so stressful. I remember going to the playground with my firstborn, being like, oh my God, don't touch anything. Everything could kill you, you know. With the second kid, you're like, you know what, man, eat the sand. I don't feel like cooking. Have another spoonful. There is nothing in the fridge. Come on, chop, chop, eat up. I have 2 kids, you guys. My firstborn is a girl. And when they told me I was going to have a girl, I was so happy, you guys, because I really wanted to have a girl. You know, I didn't want to have a boy. Just the thought of having a penis inside of me for 9 months. With one coming to visit from time to time, just like high-fiving each other. No, thank you. No, thank you. No. The second one's a boy. Turns out it's not that bad. You know, it tickles a little bit, just like the dad. But you guys know him? A lot of people in this country circumcise their boys at birth. And I'm like, oh my God, what are you going to do for discipline? No, because I tell my son all the time, I'm like, finish your broccoli or else. Did you see Matthew's penis next door? Oh, like, yeah, well. He didn't finish his dish. You know. You do what you can. You do what you can as a parent. That's what I'm trying to say. It's crazy to say, but people will deal with children with boys in a different way according to the size of their penises. Because, like, if your boy has a big penis, you'd be like, you know what, man? You don't need to go to school. Clearly, you got that life shit figured out. You know? But if your boy has a small penis, you'd be like, oh man, I'm gonna have to teach you values. You're gonna have to learn to say please and thank you. Why? Well, I don't make the rules. You're gonna have to learn to share your toys. Yeah. No, because you have a small penis. That's why. I need to know. You know. I do a lot of stuff with my kids. You know, I'm pretty great. I took my daughter to the pool the other day, and she didn't want to wear the top part of her bathing suit, you know, and so we argued about it for a little bit, and then finally I said, you know what, she's 4, it's fine, right? And we get to the pool area, and I can tell, like, a lot of people are giving her nasty looks, you know, so I feel bad for her, so I did what any good mother would do, and I just took off the top part of my bathing suit. And then I just heard people whisper, like, what are these 2 young boys doing? Walking around with flowers on the underwear. I paid it online. I try to educate my kid. I was talking to my daughter the other day, and I told her that my mother went to an all-girls school. And she was like, why? I was like, well, because Grandma grew up in a time when little boys were not allowed to go to school. Because they were too dumb, you know. And she had a look of panic on her face. She's like, oh my God, there are boys in my class. I said, yeah, I know the government is forcing us to educate them. Go tell your friends. Kids are fine. I mean, they ask a lot of questions. Oh my God, my daughter came up to me the other day. She was like, how do you make babies? And I was like, oh, wow, that requires a lot of alcohol, and I don't remember. Go ask your dad, you know, just tell me what he says. No, I spend too much time with my kids. I spend too much time with them because I'm starting to talk to adults the same way I talk to my kids. Like, I had a dinner party the other day, and I'm like literally looking at my guests. I'm like, would you like some wine? Would you like some wine? Well, you're gonna have to finish your plate. You're gonna have to finish your plate if you want to have wine. Sweetie, are we gonna have sex tonight? Yeah, you're gonna have to clean your office, okay? Go clean your office. Like I used to be smart and kids. I love my kids, you guys. I love my kids, but I say this because I'm about to bag on them a little bit, but I love my kids. But sometimes like I put them to bed and I'm so tired, and I close the door and all I can do is like, fuck you. Did I make you so I can have an asshole around me 24/7? Asking me for more cheese? Fuck you, kid. You want milk now? Fine, I'll get you some fucking milk. I'm a great mother. You guys, I'm a great mother. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. No, I'm a great mother. I know it because I've applied to preschool in America. Okay. What the fuck is wrong with this country that you have to apply to preschool? Oh my God! Like you have to write essays about your kids. Like they ask you questions. What can you tell us about your child? What can I tell you about my kid? I don't know her that well. She's 3. Like clearly I haven't been around her long enough. I don't know. What can I tell you about my kid? I don't know. She doesn't like to share shit. She likes to bite people. And it's a girl, like. And then you have to go to an interview. At the interview they're like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a banana." Oh, I'm sorry. You wanted her to answer? So did I get in? Because I can't stay with her 8 hours a day. Like, one of us is gonna have to go to preschool. Clearly, I knew it was a banana. What, plantain? My kid is being bullied at school now. She's older, and she came home the other day. She's like, "Someone's bullying me," and I said, "Oh my God, what happened?" She's like, "Someone called me skinny." And I said, "Well, that's not an insult, but sure. Whatever." She's like, "Can you give me some comebacks?" I was like, "Of course I can. I'm your mother." So I said, "Well, next time she calls you skinny, you just said, 'Oh, are you a doctor? I didn't realize you went to medical school, then came back to 3rd grade to finish the year, bitch.'" And I'm like, let's practice, because practice makes better, In this scenario, I'm the mean one, you're the skinny one. You're skinny. And then my daughter goes, "Are you a doctor?" And I said, "You know what? Just accept the fact that you're going to get bullied. You don't want to fight it. That's where you get hurt. Just embrace it." I want to give you guys a tip. I don't know if you guys have a baby or not, but if you have a baby and you're afraid of forgetting it in the backseat of your car, just give it the iPhone. You will never forget the iPhone, okay? That shit is expensive. You're walking down the street like, "Where's my phone? Oh my God, baby." Thank you. Thank you, Steve. You saved me. Well done. Well done. Thank you. Okay. I'll tell you the real reason why I decided to become American, you guys. I kind of wanted to talk shit about some American people, but I didn't want to do it as a foreigner, 'cause I didn't want people to be like, "Well, then go back to your country." Me go back to my, you know what? I'll fill out the paperwork. That's how much shit I want to talk right now. So now that I'm an American, can we talk about your cat people? What the fuck is wrong with American cat people? Oh my God. Like, I wanted to adopt cats, so I went to the ASPCA, you guys, which of course is always in the worst part of town. Like, I'm literally walking over homeless people, being like, no, I'm going over there to save a little life, not yours. Don't talk to me. You're gonna make me trip. Get there, the receptionist is like, "What makes you qualify to have a cat?" I want one. She's like, well, where do you live? I said, I live in a house. I have a great yard. The cats gonna. She's like, oh my God, you're gonna let the cats go outside? I was like, of course I'm gonna let the cats go outside. They're cats. They need to go outside. She's like, oh my God, you can't have a cat. You can't let the cats go outside. They're gonna get hit by a car, and you can't do that. You're not gonna. I was so mad, you guys. I went back to France. I got myself 2 kittens. Flew back directly to the ASPC, and I was like, look at me now! So I have 2 cats now, and well, actually, I only have 1 because I let them go outside, and turns out she knew what she was talking about. A real pro, a pro. It's not easy. It's not easy raising a French cat. In America, you guys, it is not easy. Because your cats are racists as fuck. You know, because every day my cat's out there, like, it's killing rats and getting rid of rodents and doing all that shit. And all the American cats are like, oh, they're taking away all our jobs. You know, and then their parents call me. Their parents call me like, Clara, my cat is depressed. He hasn't caught anything in a while. Can you keep your cat indoor? And now that I'm an American, I can't be a dick about it. So I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll talk to him when he gets home. My cat language is not that good, so it's not easy. I lived in New York for a while, you guys. That was nice. Oh my God, I moved from South Carolina to New York, and I remember being in New York, being so excited to be in New York, just walking up and down Fifth Avenue, being like, hey y'all, I'm from France, you know, and New Yorkers being New Yorkers were like, just shut the fuck up and give me a croissant, you know, and I would give them one, because as a good French person, I always have one in my purse. New York is fine. It's a fine city. It's fine. A lot of people don't do their jobs correctly in New York. I remember I got a urine test done once, and the receptionist was like, ma'am, are you pregnant? And I was like, you know what, lady, that's for you to find out. I did my part. Like, what else do you want me to do? Like, start answering the phone, take appointments for you? Come on, get it together. Are you guys all nurses all of a sudden? What happened? You call the doctor's office in New York City, the receptionist is like, oh, the first visit is $450, every visit after that is $175. I say, let's just start with the second visit. That'll work better for me, you know. Fine city. How much do you have to sacrifice to live in New York City? That's what I want to know. Because I used to date a guy who had a small penis, just so it could fit in the apartment. And in relations with the apartment, it looked huge, you know, just huge. Oh my God. Yeah, my friend had a duplex because she was dating a black guy. She used to brag about it all the time. She was like, hey Claire, you want to come over? I'm having a big party in my big apartment with my big penises everywhere. And every time I had to say, well, no, my boyfriend had an erection this morning. He broke a window. And then I have to get that fixed. The window. I'm in San Francisco now. That's where I live. When I first moved here, like, people are nice, you know, very nice. Like, I remember bumping into one of my neighbors who was like, oh my God, Claire, I'm so excited. I went to the bar tonight and I got like 8, 9 numbers. And I was like, wow, that's great, man. A couple more and you have a whole phone number. I hope you get laid, you know. Good luck to you. No, San Francisco's fine. Like, my neighbors are awesome. Like, they're always throwing parties and barbecues and get-togethers and stuff. It's great, you know. And I saw one of my neighbors not too long ago. He was like, oh, Claire, did you hear? Mark died this morning. Are you going to his funeral tomorrow? I was like, dude, I went to his birthday party last week, so... if he's going to throw shit every week, you know, like... I have a life. Mark should have planned a little better. I did go to the funeral because I was hungry, and I get there, and the mother of the deceased is like, my son was a vegetarian, so we're all going to have vegetarian food. It's like, yeah, well, clearly it didn't do him any good. He was 22 when he died. You know, like, give me some steaks, yeah. There are a lot of vegetarians in San Francisco. Yeah, I hate vegetarians. It's fine, it's fine. Come on, we can talk shit about vegetarians. I'm pretty sure there are no vegetarians here right now. It's a little late. No know, they have a tendency to go to bed early so they can get up at the crack of dawn to harvest their fucking food. Oh, look, a root. Oh my God, I'm full. I'm going to have to skip lunch, you know. Oh God. They're everywhere in San Francisco, everywhere. Like, I got my nails done the other day, and the technician was like, ma'am, would you like to try this 100% vegan nail polish? I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a try. So she just put a little bit of dirt under each of my fingernails. And double as birth control, because no one fucked me after that for a while. Well done, vegans, well done. I walk around a lot in the city. I walk around a lot. I saw a guy at Fisherman's Wharf today that had a T-shirt that said "Proud to be an American," but he was being a complete dick to everyone. Like, he was pushing old lady down the street. He was peeing on the floor. And finally, somebody caught up to him and said, "Hey man, what are you doing?" And he said, "Hey, fuck you. I can do whatever I want. I am from Connecticut." No, I walk around a lot, you know, and sometimes, like, guys come up to me and they're like, "Hey, smile," you know, and that really pisses me off when people do that. So what I do now is, like, I'm always smiling. You know, I'm smiling. "Oh, look at me, I'm walking down the street, I'm smiling. Oh, look, I'm smiling. Yeah, I'm smiling, it's great." You know, and then I kind of make eye contact with the guy, and the guy sees me smiling, so he starts smiling, you know, and then I look at him, and then he looks at me some more, and when I really have his attention, I stop smiling, and I go, "Hey, fuck you!" I feel like if everybody in this room was to do this once a week, like, the world would be a better place. That's my tip for me and you. That's great. I used to live in Bernal Heights. Bernal Heights, very passive-aggressive neighborhood. Everyone in Bernal walks around with a piece of paper and a pen, ready to write you a note at any time. You know. I got a note on my car the other day. It said, "You parked too close to my car, had to enter my car through the passenger seat. Rude!" Exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. I get that note, I'm fucking furious, so I take my piece of paper, and I take my pen, and I write, "You and your car have a fat ass." And I just put it on the car next to me, and then I peel off, and then I'm like, "Oh my God, I put it on the wrong car. Oh God." And then I'm like, "Claire, what are you doing? Like, you used to live in New York City. Like, you should be able to handle this shit, you know?" As a matter of fact, I go back to New York City once a year just to fill up on the hate. You know, you get off at the airplane at the airport in New York City, and people are like, "Hey, fuck you," and you're like, "Thank you. That's what I needed. Thank you. I can go back to San Francisco now. Do yoga." That's great. Thank you, New York. Namaste. There are a lot of people who are struggling these days. A lot of people are suffering, and yeah, like white guys, I feel like they have it really hard these days. No, it's not easy for white guys these days because they have everything. You know, they're just trying to hold on to what they have, and every day people are like, "Give me," and they're like, "No, go away, go away. No, give me a little raise. No, go away. It's mine, you know," and it hurts their backs. And then they have to do yoga. That's annoying. I can't see if there are white guys here tonight, but if there are, just give yourselves a round of applause. And well done for making it thus far. Well done. So I'm a comedian. I do this comedy thing pretty much every night, and you know, sometimes male comics will offer to walk me back to my car, you know, and I don't know if you guys have seen male comics. I'm like, "Dude, what are you gonna do if something happens? Like, are you gonna hold my hand as I get raped?" Like, he's almost done. I'm kidding. Male comics never offer to walk me to my car. Most of the time they're like, "You have a car, you bitch." Anyways, it's just, we get along so well. I'm afraid of becoming famous, you guys, and I know what you guys are thinking. Don't worry, bitch. It's not gonna happen. No, I worry about it because, once you become famous, then people want to get shit from you. And I could just foresee myself in my apartment with my boyfriend, the doorbell rings, I open the door, it's a man holding a baby, going like, you know what, you came to Phoenix, we had sex, I had your baby, you owe me money, and that would be fucked up. I liked your reaction because I told that story in South Carolina and this girl got really mad at me because she was like, that's not funny, it happened to my cousin. I don't know if you guys can tell from where you're sitting, but I have a lot of money. And I don't know if you guys have money or not, but if you don't, just go out there and get some because it's fucking awesome. That's my tip from me. I love it. Oh my God, I love it. I usually wear a whole lot more jewelry, but I didn't want to create a distance between you guys. I didn't want you guys to be like, wow, that's some rich bitch, because you'd be right. Anyways, whatever. I don't want to talk about my money. I don't know how we got on the subject. A lot. People ask me often, Clara, how did you get to be so rich? Oh, I'm like, oh, it's easy. I don't donate anything. Like people come up to me, hey, can you donate? No, motherfucker, I'm trying to get rich. And pretty sure if I give it to you, I don't have it anymore. So hold on to it. I don't like telling people that I'm a comedian. I was at a party not too long ago, and my mother was like, if they ask you what you do, say you're a comedian. I'm like, okay. So I'm at this party, and this guy comes up to me. He's like, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm a comedian." And he's like, "Oh, do you make a living as a comedian?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm alive right here." And I'm like, "Well, I'm here trying to enjoy this fucking quiche, but I'll stop doing that and just tell you how much money I have." It's kind of rude. But anyways, so I've decided that from now on, when people ask me what I do for a living, I'm just gonna make shit up, And I'm at another party not too long ago, because when you have a lot of money, you just party all the time. And this guy comes up to me and says, "Oh, what do you do for a living?" And I love Seinfeld, so I'm like, "Well, I'm an architect." And he goes, "Oh my God, me too." And then I'm like, "Ah, shit." Panic. And then he's like, "What do you specialize in?" And I'm like, in tents. With the zippers and stuff. Anyways, long story short, we really hit it off. So I got 2 contracts out of that conversation. So whatever you do, avoid Broadway because I have no clue what I'm doing. That's a tip from me. All right, I'm gonna be honest with you guys because you're nice. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not married. I don't even have a boyfriend, for that matter. I don't even have kids. That shit is disgusting. I'm not even French. I'm really from Canada. I'm not even a woman. I'm just a white guy. Life was too easy. I wanted to struggle a little bit. It's like, oh, what could I do to struggle? I know, I shall be a woman in comedy. Check done. Struggle. But I do have a lot of money. That's very true. I do have a lot of money. And this is what I do with all my money. I go on vacation all the time. And recently, I rented a cottage at the beach. I didn't go to the beach once. I spent my entire vacation reading the comments that previous guests have written in the cottage guest book. And they all said the same thing. This cottage is amazing. If only there was a hot tub in this cottage. Where is the hot tub? Why is there no hot tub here? So finally it came time for me to write my comments in the guest book. And all I wrote was, the hot tub was magical. Just so that the people who vacation there after me spend their entire vacation going like, where the fuck is the hot tub? Where the fuck is the hot tub? So, I am a female comedian. I'm a comedian. And actually, I just recently got out of a relationship. And my girlfriends were awesome because they all pitched in and bought me a dildo. So now I wake up every day at 7 o'clock in the morning and I just gently rub it against my lower back. Just to remind myself of what it's like to be in a relationship. You guys have been amazing. Thank you so much.